Hi everybody, welcome to ARK Daily Spotlight Edition. This is not a paid video and I'm not an ARK representative. I do want to give a shout out to Kathy Woods for inspiring so many investors to invest in the innovation technologies. Today we'll be looking at four stocks: Nano Dimensions, Pacifica Bio Sciences, Tesla, and Apple within ARK funds. Let's get started, guys. Dive right into Nano Dimensions NNDM stock. We'll be looking at three main things: shares count trend, market value trend, and stock price trend. Market value trend is a function of shares count and stock price, obviously, but we'll look at it. Shares count, let's take a look from January 25th. The general trend has been upward, but there were days when they have reduced just a little bit. 1.7% here, 0.9% here, 0.9% on February 9th as well. But in general, very strong upward trend. They are holding on to their position and increasing overall. If you look at market trend value, it has gone down a little bit, but then picked it up back again because it's a function of stock price. I know it went up all the way to $17 or $18 in past, and then came down to 13, all the way to 13, and hence the market value has decreased as well, but very strong upward trend, holding on to their positions. So let's take a look at the same thing by ETF as well. Let's see how that has been trending for Nano Dimensions. It's present in three different ETFs: ARQ, which is robotics and autonomous tech; next generation web; Israel companies. I'm not sure what's the logic behind including it in a next generation web. It's a 3D printing company, so it should ideally be present in print ETF, PRNT, that ARK has. But let's take a look at it anyways. ARQ robotics is the one that has the maximum number of shares, and it has been kind of stable, going up and down a little bit, but kind of not a heavy change anywhere in this line. In ARK W, they have been increasing very slowly, looks like. And same thing in Israel, very low position. They are very small position, but at the same time they have been increasing their position there too. And by big percentages, if you look at it, 13%, 18%, even though the overall position is low, but they have been increasing it. Then, and that could be a strategy that they reduce it from RQ and add it to Israel ETF. Then you have market trend value, which is a function of these two, obviously. But let's take a look at it. It's trending upwards generally. The same story as we saw in the total. Next, we'll be looking at the Pacifica Bio Sciences. Same three metrics, same three KPIs: shares count, market value, and stock price. At the high level, it looks like the shares count has been going down, but not by so much though since January 25th. If you look at, they have been reducing it 0.7%, 0.4%, 0.2%. So under 1%, they have been reducing it. Not by so much. Share price, if you look at, has been going up steadily, up from 32% in January 25th to $39 on February 9th. Market value trend obviously is a function of these two combined, and hence it's been trending upwards. Shares have not gone down by a lot, but stock price has been going up, and hence market value has been going up. Let's take a look at it by ETF as well. It's present in two ETFs, ARK Genomics and ARK Innovation. Genomics holding the majority of the position over there, and Innovation a shorter position. Keeping it steady here, very less decreases. And even in ARK Innovation, there are few days, 1 or 2 days, where they have reduced their position by 0.1, 0.4, but keeping it steady pretty much at 7.2 million shares. And here's 17.7 million shares. Gone down from 18.2 though. Similar story on the market trend value. It just follows the stock price because the shares count has been steady. All right, guys, next is Tesla. Let's take a look at the same KPIs: share count, market value, and stock price. In terms of stock price, Tesla has been the most volatile stock in the history, I feel. showing the same trend here. It went all the way up to 883. I think it went all the way to 890 also at some point, and then went down all the way to 793 when when the quarterly results were released. I think it missed by a little bit and it went down, and picking back up again and going all the way to 850 almost on February 9th. They have also added Bitcoin to their balance sheet, so that should give them double benefit. Not just Bitcoin is doing good, but Tesla, innovation technology, a combination of lots of startups. It's not just one company, it's a mix of numerous startups, is what they say. And ARK obviously has been very bullish on it. Even if it is so expensive, they keep on buying it. Look at these increases: 3%, almost 2%, 1%, 1.4. They continue to buy it. And let's take a look at it by ETFs as well. So it's present in 3 ETFs: innovation, robotics, and next generation web. The trend has been upward in all 3. They have been buying. There's no sell-off anywhere. Let me take a closer look. There is no negative anywhere. Oh, there is one, this one right here. But in general, it's been trending upwards, most of it. Market value again is a function of these 2 combined. Hence, it went down on this date when the share price hit bottom there, at least for this date range, and then picked back up. So it's been doing good since then. Hey guys, up next is Apple. Let's take a look at the same 3 KPIs on how ARK has been doing on Apple. Looks like they have been bullish on Apple as well. They continue to buy more and more and more, even though the stock price went down. It's kind of a similar curve as you see for Tesla as well. It went down when the earnings were released. In fact, Tesla and Apple earnings were released on the same date this quarter, it seems, but it went down at that time, so the market value took a hit on that day. But ever since, it's been going up. They have been buying more and more, and same curve here. Stock price trend towards the end, it has gone down a little bit, but that's what we've seen in general. Let's take a look at which ETFs it is present in. It's present again in 3 ETFs. Fintech. So it's it's ARK Fintech ETF, robotics and autonomous, and next generation web. 3 of those ETFs. Same trend, trending upwards on all 3. There is, let me see if there is any negative. There is 0 negative. It's been all positive. In Tesla, there was one day when they reduced it, but in this case, in Apple's case, they have been all positive, only increasing their share count. Market value has gone down on one of the days because of the stock price going down, but everything else has been positive and upwards.